There's nothing valuable to hold on. It's nothing.
So she says that there is nothing valuable to hold on to. And what she means is that there is no appearance which is worth getting attached to. Anything in this world of appearances, if we call it me or mine, then that is the beginning of all trouble. And we know this in the mortal world of appearances. How long will an appearance last anyway? So it's very good. It's a sign of maturity that you can see this. That it is no appearance which gives me peace. It is not an appearance which gives me love. No appearance gives me joy. It is in the presence of our own true being, unadulterated with the sense of personhood, not associated with the ego, that all these beautiful forces of love, peace, and joy originate. See? Sometimes, in the presence of an appearance, it seems like our mind shuts down for a while. It seems like we find the peace that we were looking for. But the peace is still coming from your own heart, in the presence of your own heart. It's just that when we are too distracted with the outer world of appearances, then the form of the Sadguru also has to come externally. But what is the true Master saying? Saying that the true Sadguru is always in your own heart. It is the same voice which speaks. It is not a form. Find this one who is there always with open arms. It is waiting for you to finish your play, to finish your games in this world of appearances, and then come back home to what is true, what is real. Therefore, those who are playing and those who are enjoying the play, no trouble then. You don't have to force anyone to come to satsang. If they enjoy the world, let them enjoy. The world is for their enjoyment, for this game to happen. But for those who are tired now of this game, are tired of this play, will automatically find their way to satsang. It doesn't have to be this satsang, this form of satsang. It can be any place which brings them to the knowledge of their true self, beyond all mental knowledge.
Guruji's message is so powerful.
Maybe you speak up a little.
Um, the Guruji's message that the post Rishikesh season 1, and the end of it, he mentioned about um, attachment to the form of the Guru, and it's hit because it just hit so hard inside. Because it's so needy to be. He said it's so superficial, even this wanting to be with the Guru all the time. It's so needy after the season was over. When you see, it was just the mind that's playing this disciple role and wanting to be with the form. not wanting to go beneath what was there. That message was so powerful. So happy he gave that.
Vijay says, Namaste, Father. Today, early in the morning, I had a strange dream. It was woven around random people and random situations from my past experiences. I don't want to go into detail, but I would like to mention one very interesting thing about this. I saw in that dream that I had the power of levitation. I could effortlessly float in air whenever I wanted to, and it all seemed so real at the time. Its impact was so much that even after waking up from sleep, for some time I thought I could levitate. It was all obviously so ridiculous, still it seemed so real. Then got reminded of your pointing about awareness and appearances, and I realized that only truth in all of this is the I, the constant awareness. Very good. The seer of all the seen. This is very good. Thank you for such an incredible revelation. This is very good. Very good. Yes. It could be that the appearance is that you can see different worlds. You can go to different planets. You can fly in the air. You can be like a bird. You can be a lion. It could be anything. But ultimately, it is all just another appearance. And if you were to just look for one instant, for one moment, if you were to be open enough just to look, you will find that you are just the awareness, untouched by all appearances, including the appearance of this body. It's very good. So it could be levitation. That's why we don't give too much importance here to any sort of super powers, supernatural abilities like siddhis. If they come, they are fine. If they don't come, they are fine. It doesn't matter. None of this physical sort of siddhis are important, and even the other siddhis, being able to predict the future, being able to look into past lives, none of these are really relevant because they're only in the realm of appearances and doesn't really help us. Atma says, I am so happy that the need for the external guru has gone. That does not mean I will not be with my guru here, just the need has gone, leaving me in the beautiful space of neutrality. Thank you, Father. I love you beyond, beyond. So much love. So much love to you too, my dear. You will find that in this needless space, this beautiful neutrality, as you said, you will find no distance from me, the real me, which is your own heart. And that which we have no distance from, you cannot feel a sense of need about it. And yet, there can be times where you find that there is such a sweet longing. You cannot call it a need or a desire. It's a sweet longing which can be there. It tastes very beautiful actually. So this can also be there and it's no trouble. But if it becomes, if the mind is playing tricks with you and it's saying that you need to be there and you need this and you need to be more and more in the physical presence of the master, then it's just the mind which is playing tricks. And then Nikhil says, Father, when you answered my question yesterday, I realized that you don't actually answer the question that was asked, but you question the questioner itself. And the questioner is nothing but the ego.